And lastly, this is my prosthetic piece mood board. So for my prosthetic piece, I created 2 different hands out of from different experiments, but I liked them both for different reasons. So I wanted to do 2 photo shoots with both of the hands. So my first concept was I was inspired by Banksy and his gross domestic product shop that he set up in Croydon. So you couldn't go in and buy anything, you could just look, but then you could bid for pieces online. And then earlier last year, there was the very famous girl with the heart balloon, where at the auction, the piece got bidded for and then it shredded itself. So I was quite inspired by the idea of an auction. And I kind of, with one of the hands that I created, I liked the shape of it and I liked that it looked like a preserved hand. And it's sort of my social comment as an artist on the future. So it's called The Human Auction. So it was inspired by the fact that these are the last human artifacts, and this was my shot ideas board. So the idea was that there was going to be an auction happening. You were never going to see the audience, you just saw human artifacts, and one of them happened to be the last human hand. So I wanted it to be an ambiguous piece where when you saw the images and you saw what was up for auction, the audience would start to ask questions such as who's bidding for these pieces, what's happened to the human race, and where have we evolved from now, or have we not, or is that it? So I wanted it because I was thinking a lot about my portfolio, and I like creating pieces that ask a question, and I was thinking about what John Stein said, the guy who came and gave us a talk, and about just making it interesting. And I thought I wanted to create a piece where someone that was looking at my portfolio would have questions, and then they would be able to ask me about it, so then it would be a great interactive image as well. My second concept was, this was a hand that I experimented with as well, but it didn't make the cut because the colour was way too thick, and it was too holy, and I think that was down to the alginate that I was using, because I spent a lot of time working with alginate 9, and I think although the time is a lot longer for it to set, I think because of whisking it so much, there was a lot more air bubbles involved. Whereas with the alginate 3, which I used for my first hand, it came out brilliantly. So then this concept was just a standard being buried alive and having the leaves emerging from the dirt. So it was that idea of just finding a hand in amongst the leaves, and what would you do if you found that? So then this is my shot idea for the first one, and then these are my final images, and that's it. Those are my mood boards. Thank you very much.